Hi, it's 1975 and welcome to Elite Dangerous on the Xbox. And what you're watching is Polo in a clipper pirating a Type 10. I actually just joined him late in this one, but he's ripping cargo out of this Type 10 at a rate of knots using a 7A hatchbreaker limpet. Now Polo and me discuss a lot of things when it comes to piracy, and I've been banging on about big limpet controllers being really good. You can see here, look at the hack time. It attaches and then rips the cargo out almost instantly. It's a beautiful thing to behold. Now luckily for Polo, I dropped in and gave him some support, got the police off him so he could actually pick up his ill-gotten gains. So I'm going to leave you with that voice clip now, and I'll be back in a minute, and to go over why I've been banging on about large hatchbreaker limpets for a while.
You hear me? Picking a fool. I've just rubbed his time saying just ruined his fucking day. I've just recorded it as well, so I was just like, yay! Oh, cheers, mate.
Now originally Polo didn't take much notice of my ramblings about using large hatchbreaker limpet controllers, but recently he's had a relook at it and he has actually come on board. Recently Frodo Swaggins and Polo have both seen the light and seen why I've been banging on about large hatchbreaker limpet controllers for a while. The thing is, the large hatchbreaker limpet is so much faster. It's so quick. It's so much faster at both in speed and also in hack time. The 7A hatchbreaker limpet has a 2-second hack time. You can just see there, like, it just siphons cargo so quickly. You get between 5 and 10 tons with each hatchbreaker, and it just rips cargo out of people. The travel time is 500 meters per second, which is nice and fast, perfectly in line with what you want for a hatchbreaker limpet. If you get it within close range, the speed of the limpet means that the point defense has very little chance. I'll show you the stats on it now. One of the most hilarious things is you can have 12 hatchbreaker limpets out at any one time. I've been saying if there's an anarchy system CG at any point, I'm just going to sit outside the slot, just as all the trade ships come in, going, you have a hatchbreaker, no, you have a hatchbreaker, no, you have a hatchbreaker, while we have some people in cutters just taking all of that cargo that's spilling out everywhere. Because in an anarchy system, that's just going to be glorious. We also, another thing that I'd like to bring up with piracy is, if you're not aware, when a system's in this high security states, you get more police drop-in. So when a system is in a high security state, which you can tell by the bars on security state, you'll get a lot more police drop in. And Seoul recently has been like in a high security state for a while, so it's been it's been fun, but it's been difficult pirating it. We've been absolutely torn apart by the police, especially with these new builds, because the problem with having a 7A hatchbreaker limpet on a clipper is that's the largest slot. That's normally where you'd put the shield, and the shields on a clipper are weak as hell anyway. Now Polo's gone even more extreme than I have. He's gone in with an even smaller bioweave shield than I've got, so he can have more cargo space. So we've been messing around with kind of extreme glass cannon pirate builds. They're a lot of fun. They're super fast, so they can get out of trouble pretty quick, but they cannot stand up to a proper PvP fight. But when hunting in packs and in numbers, it works perfectly well. I mean, they aren't glass cannons, but if you have 2 or 3 glass cannons that are super fast attacking you, if you go for one of them, he's going to run away and the other one's going to be shooting you in the butt the whole time. So as long as we outnumber the target, and as long as we play a reasonably sensible way, we can get large amounts of cargo very, very quickly. In this instance, we did have Scooby also along, so it was quite fun just ripping cargo out of people with the size 7 hatchbreaker limpets and then being around to collect all the cargo. We've also run multiple different wings with the 7A hatchbreaker limpet, taking advantage of one person running a large ship with lots of cargo space, while the other people are running the really fast hatch breaker limpets. It's been an interesting experimental time, and it's nice that I've been banging on about these things for months, and it's nice that people have finally taken notice and now see why I've been banging on about these things for so long. There is nothing funnier than watching something hack in 2 seconds, and if you launch the hatch breaker within 500 meters of the target, like it takes less than a second. Well, it takes about a second for it to get to the target, then takes 2 seconds for it to break into the target, and then cargo starts spilling out. I think this is going to be one of the crucial things to me robbing cutters more consistently, because as you know, unless you run a cutter's quite hard to pirate from, because cutters can't be mass locked by anything other than a cutter, and if you low wake and then if you drop down and then low wake, you're out very, very quickly, so it's very hard to pirate them. However, between a Grom Bomb and the size 7A hatch breaker limpet, I think it's going to get easier, and in the coming weeks I plan to test that quite a lot in Mar-a-Lago, especially on some cocky cutter pilots that might deserve a bit of piracy happening to them. But as you can see, the amount of police we've been getting in instances in Seoul have been hilarious, including some anacondas. I mean, look at the amount of police shooting me as I'm trying to pick up these last bits of cargo. So it has been fun, but it's been very difficult to pirate when the security state's been this high. So hopefully things settle down soon and we can get to some decent piracy in Seoul. We've had to, like I say, resort to bringing shield tank ships out. Polo did the sensible thing, and while I was running the 7A hatch breaker and taking advantage of, again, the ridiculous hack time, just look at these stats, 2 seconds. Oh, so joyous. I love the active range as well, over 6,000 meter range, which is just hilarious. But Polo was doing the sensible thing, and while I was ripping cargo out with the 7A hatch breaker, he was in a ship that could tank the damage from the police and scoop up all the ill-gotten gains. And between us, we've had some amazing nights of piracy. I've got a night coming up where we absolutely and utterly tore it up in Seoul, and yeah, even on this night we had a really good night of piracy. Me, Scooby and Polo ripping people's cargo out of their hold. Anyway, that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and if you've got any wacky ideas for pirate builds, let us know.
They're robbing all of the commanders.